Can you explain to our listeners, what does an agent do for WWE? Agent, producer, whichever
Yeah.
word. What do they actually do?
So
Because
first
it's
thing,
not,
let's
because it's a
yeah.
little bit, because some people are TV producers, some people
Yeah.
are match producers, some people, like, there's different versions of producers.
There's different versions, but look, what happened was it used to be called an agent, and my agent was like Jack Lanza, Rene Goulet, Chief J Strongbow. I'm trying to think of the other ones. But so those were my agents. Well, by the time I'd gotten back up there, they changed the title to producer, and basically it is. I think it was a smart thing. I think it is. You talk about TV producers and such. I think this guy has to be that in a way. I think the producer has to be. Look, not only does he have to be a former wrestler, and I feel like it has to be that way because there's a lot of things that are unwritten and unspoken rules that just wrestlers know and can help with that. But the producer puts the match together with talent. He doesn't put it together. A good producer doesn't. A good producer will let the talent put it together and then come back and make some tweaks or not. You know what I mean? Or look, like I said before, I was smart enough to know when I was the producer of Roddy Strong and Matt Riddle, like for 25 minutes in a pay-per-view and a takeover, and I thought, I don't wrestle like any of this. I don't know any of this. So I just literally talked to them, gave them some advice, but I didn't really think they should take it because I was just trying to talk about television stuff. So yeah, I think he has to be a wrestler, but he also has to be a television producer. And what I mean by that is he should know camera angles. He should know cameramen's names, camera numbers. He should be and have a great relationship with the director, which is it's not Kevin Dunn per se, but there's different guys.
The person who's actually calling
the
the
person
camera
who's
shots.
who's actually running the whole thing. Excuse me. And so you want to have a great relationship with that guy. But look, you sit down with the talent, you let them put their match together, you give them critiques, you walk around the ring, maybe we should do it here. And if you're a producer, like Vince wanted them to be, that's why he changed the name, then you can help them with how do we shoot this from a television standpoint to tell the best story visually. And so then we can start talking about utilizing our cameramen and cameras, and usually we have 9 of them, for a television, and then maybe a roaming camera somewhere too. But you can utilize all those to tell this great story to the viewer at home. Now, it may not come off to the live event crowd that's present right then, but the viewer at home is who you're working for on a TV day, because you got 4 million people, 3 million people, whatever, opposed to 4,500 in the arena. So you play to the television, and if you're a good producer, you can help them play to the television audience a little more. Now, then once that's said and done, you can either walk and talk through some of that with your director or your shot caller, I guess. But I think once the match starts, to have that open communication and to be able to communicate it in a way that.
So now you're able to pass camera cues and information like that.
Hey, here's what we're coming up on that big DDT off that back left buckle. You know what I mean?
Hide someone coming in.
Now I just gave everybody a heads up to, hey, that back left buckle is our viewing point, and now the guy in the truck can start moving, cameramen can start moving, you know what I mean? We can start looking. So a good producer is like a television producer. I actually love that he did that, because I think you should be empowered if you've been in the business that long and you've been working that long and you have this ability to help these younger kids out and help it make the TV show good all at the same time. Like, holy mackerel, that's an important job. I hated that I got fired from mine.
And let's paint the picture for those who really are unfamiliar with the aspect of when you're in the back calling the match, during the match, in Gorilla or in the truck. The amount of screens that you're looking at, how do you keep yourself focused to really, as you're looking at each camera and you're looking at what's the on-air cam, what's coming up next, what you should be, how do you maintain that? Because you actually built a real skill set for being good at that.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, look, again, communication, clear communication with the truck, relationship building communication. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be like that, because I'm going to say, mother, blah, 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 and they're going to say, shut up, you know what I mean? And it's all going to be fine and dandy at the end of the day. But so that's what's the strong relationship, because look, you're flying by the seat of your pants and shooting from the hip 10 times out of 10 on a live television show. And man, it is so energetic and so fun, but it's hot buttons. Hot people are getting hot on there. And so you got to learn that too. Like, we got to have thick skin. We're going to work together. We're going to do it. I'll apologize later. You know what I mean? Or I'll apologize beforehand, whatever. But yeah, good communication. And then, excuse me, what helped me, Ryan, was, the actual guy in the truck has to look at everything and literally say, get ready, camera two, ready, camera. He has to, I don't have to do all that. So what I had the luxury of doing was sitting and watching all those same shots in Gorilla, and knowing what I wanted what the story I wanted to be told visually. So if I see a crowd shot of a little boy crying or whatever, I can go, camera three, that boy's great, that's money. You know what I mean? Whatever, and they can. So it's just helping them do their job. They do their job very well, but it doesn't hurt to have a educated set of eyes helping you along with that.
So
I don't know if that made sense.
All right, back to business. Are you working directly with Vince or under someone else directly? Walk us through that process.
So at this time, when I'm on
in
my
the trial,
6 week,
probation.
when I'm on my 6 weeks trial, it's John Laurinaitis, whom I'm reporting to, and he wasn't in charge of everything then. He might have been in charge of everything then, but he was still like the head producer.
Yeah, if we're at the end of 11, this is before a bunch of execs changed out.
Right. So he was, but he was still like the head producer, and if anybody got called on the carpet, he would do the calling, and that was the case. So I reported to him for sure. But during that time, I got to work closely with Vince and Hunter both, and you know what I mean. So it wasn't like I was under an umbrella or anything. Like he watched me perform, and he saw what I was doing and how I was doing it,
So let's go from the talent tweaking those ideas to the big bosses tweaking the ideas. How much do the scripts change throughout a day of TV?
Yeah. Well, look, you're probably going to write 6 or 7 scripts. and look, script changes,
some can be small changes.
They can be very small changes, and you
still get a
reprinted
new
a whole
version.
a whole nother script for the change of verbiage in this promo. But truth be told, if that stuff, if the truck doesn't know about that, and I'm the only one as a producer, I have to relay stuff like that. Promos, on this word, you need to sit on his face for a long time after this word. You know what I mean? So you're working with talent, with the producer, with the director, and you're putting together this television show that's live, and so it has to be done without a flaw, and that is so impossible, but so fun to try.